What's up, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Dalia. I am your empowerment coach, giving you the tools to become a powerful creator and change your reality. Now, have you ever wondered why you think and behave the way you do, or why your life is in the state that it's in, or why the one hasn't rode up in a white horse yet, or why you continue to work a dead-end job feeling completely unfulfilled? Or why the traffic guy with precision timing and no sense of humor, who is personally responsible for your financial crisis, is out to get you? The answer to all of those questions is your subconscious created those realities based on programs or beliefs that it has stored. Now, before you start with but I don't believe I should end up alone, I want love and a happy relationship, maybe you consciously believe that, but your subconscious might not have the same belief. And your subconscious controls around 95% of your life. And by default, you're not aware of your subconscious or the programs and beliefs that have created your reality. In my previous video, How Reality is Formed, I talk about the role your subconscious mind plays in filtering the information that you receive in order to make sense of it or create some kind of meaning from what has happened. So we really begin to see things through the lens of our subconscious programs. And whatever we believe subconsciously, we begin to look for confirmation of. This is called the confirmation bias. So if we subconsciously believe that love is pain and relationships end up in pain, then we will end up for proof of what we already believe. And then we're going to attract scenarios and situations that confirm that it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? And we end up creating the reality that is based on the subconscious programs that we have. So whatever you believe subconsciously, you're going to attract as your reality. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about your subconscious mind more and the role that it plays in actually creating your reality. Because once you're aware of how your subconscious works, you're going to be more empowered to reprogram your mind to create the life of your dreams. And yes, it is very possible to do so. First, let's cover some basics. Simply speaking, your brain is divided into two parts, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Now, most people are only aware of their conscious mind because it's the main data processing center of the brain, and it's the part of the brain that you use when you try to figure out where the hell you left your car keys. The conscious mind, or the frontal lobe, is like a shining beacon that lights up our present awareness. It guides our logical thinking and critical reasoning. Now, some people believe that this takes up around 12% of the brain, but it is 100% of the part of the brain that churns out incessant thoughts every second on the second. Here's the thing. Your conscious mind only starts developing after the age of maybe 6 and really fully forms at around puberty. Our subconscious mind, on the other hand, is fully developed from the moment that we arrive kicking and screaming into this world, and it acts like a sponge, absorbing every single thing that has ever happened to you, whether you remember it or not. The subconscious mind operates silently in the background, orchestrating automatic processes with the sole purpose of keeping us alive. It's like a vast library that stores all of our experiences. These experiences then create programs from which you operate from, but more on that to come. For now, just understand your subconscious stores all of your beliefs, all of your habits. It's where your emotions and fears and desires reside. And some say the subconscious takes up 88% of the brain. But like I said, it's hundreds of times more powerful than your conscious mind. Let me share with you a scientific experiment that proves that the subconscious mind is really the one that's in control. This is an awesome experiment that was conducted by Professor Benjamin Libet at the University of California. Now, he dedicated around 30 years of research to the processes that occur in our conscious and subconscious minds. And he came to one of the most fundamental discoveries through a rather simple experiment in which he asked research volunteers to move their wrists at a time of their own choosing, while they also observed a graphic on a computer of a dot moving around a clock face. Now, they were asked to note the exact time that they decided to move their wrist. Now, it's important to note that they were to identify not when they moved their wrist, but when they first had the thought of, I'm going to move my wrist now. Now, they were hooked up to equipment that could detect their overall brain activity so that a correlation could be made between when they thought about moving their wrist and the spike in brainwave activity that corresponded with their making a decision and actually moving their wrist. Now, the data gathered from that experiment revealed that on average, their brain became more active about 200 milliseconds before they actually moved their wrist. Now, this in and of itself is not a surprising result because anyways, it takes about 200 milliseconds for the signals from the brain to get to your wrist to instruct it to even move. However, Professor Libet was also monitoring the specific area of the participants' brains that was involved with controlling muscle movement. And this part of the brain showed a spike in activity 350 milliseconds before the participants even became conscious of having made the decision to move their wrists. Now, he called this the readiness potential, but him and other researchers were really startled by the results. Now, this experiment showed us that the areas of the human brain that involve choice are activated well before we became even consciously aware that we have made a choice. That is, decisions happen before they are seemingly made. Sit with that for a second. Now, what this is saying is that our subconscious self is actually the part that is in charge. Beautiful. Now, when you came into this world, a wide-eyed bundle of joy, you didn't know how to do anything but simply be. You had no idea that you had a body, nor that you should be ashamed of it. You were simply a human being. Now, see, as children, our brains operate in a predominantly delta or theta brainwave. This is a brainwave frequency of around 4 to 7 cycles per second. It's very slow. It's almost like a dream state. It's like a dream state. Theta brainwave is a dream wave state. So this means that we are very receptive to and affected by our experiences. And as our consciousness begins to develop, we mostly operate from this subconscious place. And the subconscious mind, as I previously stated, is like a sponge, and it's absorbing everything without filtering whether the information it receives is true or not. So if our mom tells us that we have to struggle in order to make it in the world, we believe her. Or if our parents show us that marriage is a bitter cycle of blame, we believe them. It's also why we believed in the Easter Bunny and in Santa Claus. But as you start to grow up, you begin to develop or pick up on cues about what your place in the world is and how you need to be in order to be loved and accepted. You start to pick up cues on what is right, what is wrong, how to behave, what to believe in. And all of these cues become your subconscious programs that you carry forward into adulthood. Now, by the time you're an adult, you're already filled with a lifetime of programs that you might not even be aware of, but it's those programs that are running the show, my friends. As a matter of fact, some studies reveal that 55% of your subconscious programming is done by the time you're 5 years old. Now, mind you, these programs don't necessarily have anything to do with who you are or how things really are, for a matter of fact. For example, do any of these sound familiar? Boys shouldn't cry. Girls can't throw unless it's shade. You're not skinny enough. You're not pretty enough. Don't be like that. Don't act like that. That's inappropriate. Now, most of us are living in an illusion directed by someone else's belief. Now, the main source of these beliefs are, of course, our parents or our familial unit, but society at large plays a huge role in our conditioning as well. What culture we belong to, what religion we belong to, what's on mainstream media, all of that influences the subconscious programs that develop in our brains. So all of these programs that were formed in childhood are wedged in our subconscious minds, creating our reality without us even questioning our behavior or analyzing our beliefs until we're sitting on our therapist's couch for the 100th time, wondering why we're single and broke at the age of 30. The truth is our subconscious mind is what is in control. And whenever the conscious mind and the subconscious mind are in conflict, the subconscious mind will always win. That is why most of us can consciously acknowledge that we're doing everything our conscious mind tells us to do in order to be happy, but still there's this gnawing feeling of emptiness that grows greater every day. So whenever you find yourself asking yourself, what is wrong with me or why is my life like this? I assure you, the answer is hidden in a corner of your subconscious mind in some negatively charged program or a belief that probably doesn't even belong to you, yet is running your life the majority of the time. Which means identifying this program and resolving it is really important to your development as a person and to creating a new reality for yourself. Let's paint a picture. Let's say you grew up in a household where both parents had to work their A's off in order to provide for you and your siblings. You rarely got to see your parents because they were always working. And when you did see them, they were always complaining to each other about their financial situation and the financial burdens. Now, when your subconscious mind experiences this, it may create a program like life is a struggle, money is a burden, it's money's fault my parents weren't around, money is the root of all evils. Flash forward to you as an adult eating tuna out of a can, wondering why you can't get your finances in order. That darn fine giving guy, right? Now, even though you consciously want nothing more than to be swimming in money, your subconscious mind doesn't trust money. So you manifest these subconscious programs or beliefs by not making any money. Here are some other scenarios you might be able to relate to. Conscious mind, I want to find my soulmate. Subconscious mind, love is pain and relationship sucks. Reality, got 99 cats living with you. Conscious mind, I want to be skinny. Subconscious mind, I need to protect myself from people, so I need to build this barrier to keep them away. Reality, Krispy Kreme thanks you for keeping it in business. So let's review. Your subconscious mind runs the show based on unprocessed and unfiltered information it picked up on from childhood, otherwise known as your subconscious programs or beliefs. We are predominantly unaware of those beliefs, yet they are running the show the majority of the time. 3, when our conscious mind finally develops, it thinks it's the one in charge, but it isn't. It's all in the subconscious, baby. And whatever you believe subconsciously is what you end up attracting. So the first step towards empowerment and mental mastery is to become aware and acquainted with your subconscious beliefs. Now, I invite you to take a second and explore the areas of your life that could stand some improvement. Think about the subconscious programs or beliefs that could have created those realities. For example, let's say you're single and you find dating to be miserable, but you feel like you have a lot of love to give. Write down the top 10 things that come to mind when you think about love or relationships. Are those things positively charged or are they negative? Do you feel good about them or do you feel bad? What were your parents' or caregivers' relationships like? What were their beliefs about love? What about other people that you grew up around? Later on, I'm going to give you more tools on how to identify your subconscious beliefs and how to change them. In the meantime, I want you to just put a conscious effort into being aware of your thoughts and how they manifest in your reality. Now, I told you that I'm going to leave you with some homework and give you some exercises at the end of these videos. So for now, I just want you to ponder, is the life that you are living right now one that makes you happy? If not, what's stopping you from being happy? What beliefs do you have about those things? Become the observer of your thoughts. And a good way to do so is to keep a journal. Write down your thoughts every single day. Do this for a week, okay? And by the end of the week, take a look at the thoughts that you've jotted down and see if there's any kind of pattern that emerges from which you can derive your beliefs. Now, once you shine the light of awareness on the areas of your life that are meh, you'll be able to make space for more beautiful things to come into your life. And I'm going to teach you how. For now, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more empowering content, and I'll see you next time.